You're listening to the Digest This podcast, and I'm your host, Bethany Cameron. All right, guys, today you are joining me for the 300th episode of the Digest This podcast, and we're switching it up today because I am being interviewed by my podcast producer, Drake Peterson. Welcome.
Hey, everybody. Happy 300th episode. This is a very exciting day, and thank you for trusting us, Bethany, with your show for so many episodes.
Yeah, it's coming up on, is it like 3 years, basically?
Maybe even a little bit more. Well, let's see. Yeah, about 3 years. That sounds about right.
That's insane. Drake, for you guys, to those that don't know, Drake, he is the podcast producer of the Wellness Loud network. So you have a network just like other podcast media outlets. You're basically an umbrella, right?
Yes, we have a whole bunch of different shows. We've got like Real Foodology. We have a great sleep show called Nothing Much Happens. We've got the Dr. Tina show. We've got some, we just have a whole bunch of shows. So you can check out our entire roster at wellnessloud.com.
Yeah, and they have an Instagram too, so Wellness Loud. And so anyways, but I'm just so grateful, and this is the guy that makes it all happen, him and his team. So without them, I would not have a podcast.
Oh, well, thank you again for trusting us, and this is a very exciting day, and we've got some great questions, so I'll go ahead and just kick off the very first one, which is, do you and your husband, Rory, have the same eating schedule?
No. We do not, because there's a few reasons why. First of all, he's gone sometimes. I'm busy, and he likes to eat, doesn't like to eat, but he typically doesn't get home until later in the evening. So he'll eat dinner around 8 p.m. That's way too late for me. I'm an early bird. And I like to eat my dinner around 5, let things digest. And then that's that. And then he'll go to work sometimes. This is really weird, Drake. I don't even know if you know this, but I get nauseous if I eat breakfast too early in the morning. Like, I've tried it. I've tested it. And I'm like, so I have to wait for like my body and digestion to kind of wake up and start working if I put like solid food in it. Isn't that weird?
That's crazy. It's almost like you're on Ozempic, because like people who are on Ozempic, if they eat at certain times, they just like get really sick.
Really? I have no idea. Is that like really a thing?
Yeah, it is. So you must have a really nice GLP-1 like internally.
Okay, well, I swear this is like off topic, but I am almost never hungry. Like, I'll eat, but I don't get like those hunger pains where I'm like, oh, I'm starving. Do you?
Oh, yeah. I wish I had that problem.
Like, I'll eat. I'm like, oh, yeah, I guess I should have lunch or dinner. But I'm never like, I am famished. I need something, like every once in a blue moon. But I just eat because it's time. Isn't that weird?
That's wild. Everyone's bodies are very, very interesting. We all have our different things and quirks.
Yeah. So whatever. But all no, right. To answer the question, we don't eat at the same time. But sometimes we do if he's home or things like that.
Do you ever hide what you eat from Rory?
No, but he does to me. I'll catch him like in our pantry, and he's just like standing in there eating like masa chips. And I'm like, what are you doing in here? I'm like, just come out and eat chips. And he's like, I'm just like carousing and browsing like what we can eat, and he'll have some chips. But I don't really hide things. He basically sees all my snacks and like late night munchies and all of that. When I say late night, I'm talking like, 6:30.
Well, I've been in your pantry before, and it's like a grocery store. It's very organized, very clean, and there's a lot of options because you buy a lot of stuff, but also brands just send you stuff. That's the nature of your job. So I would probably be in there eating as well in the pantry. It's like a supermarket.
It's fine. I'll have to send you some stuff too, because I think a lot of people, I buy a lot of the stuff, but brands do send me things to try, because if they do want to work with me, or if they work with me currently, then they'll send stuff, and I'll test it and all that. So it's an interesting pantry.
Yes. All right. What time do you go to bed and wake up every day? And are the weekends generally the same as the week?
Ooh, yeah, that's a good question. So I typically get up around 5 a.m. sometimes a little bit earlier. And that's another reason why Rory and I have different eating schedules, because I wake up around maybe 5. I'll get up, I'll get the dog's food and all of that. And he will get up like an hour or two later, but he goes to bed later than I do too. So I'll go to bed earlier around like 8:30, 9 o'clock, and he'll stay up maybe around till like 10:30. So we have like just different schedules, which is totally fine, but it just works for us.
Yeah. Okay. Do you think coffee messes with women's hormones?
Yeah, that's like such a controversial topic. And I'm sure you've seen it too, Drake. Like,
Oh, yeah.
there's like two sides of the camp. And so I feel like even Dr. Tina, she's one of your shows. I think she recently did an episode on coffee and how it doesn't mess with your hormones. But then I've also seen other holistic doctors say that it does. So I think that it depends on the person, honestly. And if you are a fast metabolizer of caffeine or a slow metabolizer.
100%. Yeah. Caffeine or coffee just really affects everyone very differently. All right. Morning routine.
Okay, so you guys already know I get up pretty early. Before the sun rises, I get the dogs their food. This is really weird, but I always have to unload the dishwasher like first thing in the morning, because it's just weird to me. And then I can store all my dirty dishes in the dishwasher during the day, because I have to keep a clean kitchen, because I'm always filming in the kitchen. So there can't be clutter, right? So that's where we store all the dishes. So I unload the dishwasher. I always make speaking of coffee, I make my coffee butter or ghee with some gelatin or Equip Foods. It's like the beef protein. I do that in my blender. I use the stainless steel blender for anything hot, and then it's a Vitamix, and then I use like the typical plastic Vitamix container for smoothies. But if it's hot, I use the stainless steel. Have that, and then I check my emails in the morning. Relax, and I kind of relax. And this is something that I'm trying to work on. Does anyone like immediately check their devices? Because I'm so guilty of it, but at the same time, it doesn't stress me out. It actually stresses me out to not look at it, because I want to like get some things done. What about you, Drake?
I also check my devices, mostly because since, when you run a business, or especially like are posting other people's like podcasts, if something like goes wrong, I'm usually the first person that will get a text or a call or an email. So generally, when I wake up, I just like very briefly check to make sure there's no like emergencies or fires that I have to put out. And then I can like set the phone down and come back to it in an hour or two when I've like fully woken up. And so I don't stare at it too long. I just am making sure there's no damage control. On the weekends though, generally I don't like to work, so I don't check my phone, and I don't set an alarm, and I just try to relax.
Good for you. Yeah, I'm starting to not work on the weekends too, or at least like work behind the scenes. And then if I post something, I post something. But yeah, that's good. And I think that's a good practice. But for those that are not running, if we didn't run a business, right, we probably wouldn't check our emails or phones first thing. But because we do, it comes with the name tag.
Yeah, I'm that guy that's like, on vacation. Have you seen that meme where someone's like in the ocean and they're just on their laptop?
Oh my gosh. No, but that basically explains it. Yep.
Yeah. And one thing about Bethany that you guys probably don't know is that she doesn't have any assistants or any team. Like if I were you, I'd have like a maid just there every day, just like helping me clean up everything, because you do so much.
Oh, yeah. I think a lot of people online, creators, they have at least one assistant.
Yeah.
And I don't have anyone helping me like behind the scenes with emails or with content creation or filming me. Like I'm filming myself. I'm cleaning up after the mess. I'm prepping the food prior. I'm editing. I'm like doing it all, which it's fine, but burnout can happen very fast.
Oh, yeah. All right. What laundry soap do you use?
I've been using Branch Basics for like ever. And so it's a powder, it's not liquid, which it took me a while to get used to. You just have to put the powder in the washer before you put the clothes in. It even says so on the package, but Branch Basics, you guys.
Non-negotiable supplements.
Okay, so I feel like I have a lot of non-negotiable supplements, but I don't know. I don't want to say I alternate them, but I do. So I'll say it, I guess. But the things that I take literally every day would be Fatty 15. It's such a small little pill and it's so easy. I will take my seed and I take one seed. I don't take two, which it says to take two. If I take two, it gives me like kind of like a gurgly stomach, but one is like the sweet spot for me. I will do an element pack. I'll put that in my big, like Stanley, but I don't know if you want to call that a supplement. It's just electrolytes. I'm trying to think like what else is like my go-to. I don't really want to overload my body with supplements. So I kind of try and listen to it and see like, oh, did I get enough sun lately? Maybe not. Maybe I'll take like a vitamin D, or like if I'm feeling a little under the weather, I'll load up on more vitamin C. You know what I mean? I don't think you have to take supplements every single day. Personally, it's like, I don't know. What do you think, Drake?
Yeah, I mean, everyone's different. I'll go through phases where I take a lot of supplements, but if I'm feeling pretty good, like I won't take it. Like if I'm drinking alcohol, I'll take some glutathione, or if I'm, out in the sun a lot or like doing a heavy workout, I'll make sure to be taking a lot of electrolytes. But I think it's just super important. One of the things I've learned from all these podcasts is that, it's good to get regular blood work to just see kind of where you're at. And that way, like, if you have a good vitamin D level, like you shouldn't be like taking a whole bunch of vitamin D, because you can
Yeah.
like overdose your body with supplements.
Yes, you can. I think that's a really good point. And thankfully, I get my labs done pretty often just because of the mold treatment. So they want to monitor like all of my liver and stuff. I do take like a liver support, whether it's is it Tudka from Body? Is it Body Bio?
Yeah, Body
Tudka?
Bio. Yeah, I think it's like Tudica.
Tudica? Yeah, I'll do that. And then this is something I recently learned. I was listening to Courtney's Real Photology podcast, and I was listening to one of her shows about like skincare, and they were like, oh, acne, if you take too much zinc, it can cause breakouts. And I was like,
crazy?
Isn't that weird? Did you hear that?
I did, yeah. And some people will, what's crazy is that some people will tell you that if you have acne, you should take zinc. So it's like, well, which is it?
Yeah, I know. I think everyone's different. So, kind of try and listen to your body if you feel super in tune with it. Everyone is buying air fryers, and for good reason. They're faster than an oven, and you can use little to no oil and still achieve the crispiness on your fries and food without the grease. But sadly, most air fryers on the market are full of forever chemicals like PFAS, PFOAs, lead, and even cadmium. But our place is different. Their Wonder Oven not only air fries, but toasts, bakes, broils, and roasts. Yes, you can roast a whole chicken and even bake cookies in it. It preheats 75% faster and cooks up to 30% faster than traditional ovens, so you can whip up dinner in no time. I personally have their original Wonder Oven in the color Spice, but they just came out with a larger Wonder Oven if you have a full-size family. I use mine all the time to reheat leftovers instead of a microwave. And heck, we even toast our bread in it because we don't even use a toaster. So get rid of all your appliances and just use one for everything. It's Our Place's Wonder Oven. And right now, they're having their biggest sale of the season. Save up to 40% site-wide now until September 3rd. Head to FromOurPlace.com/digest to see why more than 1 million people have made the switch to Our Place kitchenware. With a 100-day risk-free trial, free shipping and returns, you can experience this game-changing cookware with zero risk. Shop the Our Place sale right now. It's pretty evident that we live in an environment our biology was never designed for. EMFs, artificial light, seed oils, microplastics, endocrine disruptors, chronic stress, those are just to name a few. And these everyday modern assaults disrupt cellular signaling, negatively impacting our gut health and accelerating aging. Arma colostrum revives cellular signaling, bolstering our health from within to defend against everyday threats. Colostrum is nature's first whole food with 400 bioactive nutrients that work at the cellular level to reactivate your body's innate capacity to regenerate and thrive. So if you're ready to try what so many are already taking daily, we've worked out a special offer for my audience to receive 30% off your first subscription order. Just go to armra.com/digest or enter code digest to get 30% off your first subscription order. That's armra.com/digest.
What brand of chocolate do you like the best?
Oh man, I have so much chocolate every single day. My husband gets on me about it.
I've seen your tubs of chocolate. It's insane.
It's insane. Like there was a good few months where I was eating like a cup of chocolate chips a day, like throughout the day. And I was like, I think I need because I was actually getting jittery from the caffeine, just from the chocolate. And I was like, I think I need a cup back. But I like Hue Kitchen. I know they're sweetened, but I typically the amount of chocolate I eat is typically just zero sugar, and I get it from Santa Barbara Chocolate. So they're here in California, and they only ship like 3-pound bags, which is fine with me. But yeah, it's just 100% chocolate, and they do like heavy metal testing, and like it's one of the lowest tested chocolates out there. But
Very
yeah,
cool.
I switch around.
And do you just order that directly from them online?
Yeah, that's the only way you can order it is just santabarbarachocolate.com. They're not on Amazon. They're not on any other websites. And I do have a code. It's just use Little Sipper. It gets you a discount, which is helpful because,
Cool.
you are buying like a 3-pound bag of chocolate.
We'll put that in the show notes.
Okay.
All right. What was the brand that didn't want to work with you because of your beliefs?
So, yeah, speaking of chocolate, that was Pascha. Pascha, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like because they had unsweetened chocolate too. It was organic. It was like, great. But there's better chocolates out there. So, that's fine with me. I've got plenty of work. But it was a little interesting. I think it would have been a bigger uproar if I was some sort of like different religion, and people would have been up in arms about it. But it was quite interesting, but all good.
And as someone that works with a lot of the brands that you work with, and sometimes we bring you brand deals, there's a lot of companies that you choose not to work with, not necessarily because of their beliefs, but mostly just because of the ingredients that they put in their food or their supplements. So I think it's really great that you don't promote anything that you don't personally take or think other people should take.
Thank you, Drake. Yes, I assume people know that, but it's a really good point to put out. Like you guys send me things. I know Marina, she's one of your assistants. She's like, hey, what do you think about this brand? They want to work with you. And sometimes if the ingredients look good, I'll be like, okay, yeah, send some. I'll try it. Because I don't really even want to like promote it. Even if the ingredients are clean, I still want to like have it in my hand and like experience it. But even if their ingredients are like a no-go for me, I'm like, I don't even want to bother trying it because there's no point. So
Yeah.
but yeah.
We get some funny requests. We got one recently that was, I think it was called like Blue Scorpion, and it was like scorpion venom that you like drink. And I was just like, this is too much. This is
What
way
is it
too much.
supposed to do?
It's supposedly like some super supplement. I mean, you have a lot of people that they're salesmen and they're just like, this is the greatest thing ever. And I'm like, okay, whatever. Move along.
Well, what is a super supplement? What does that mean?
I don't even know. You know how like you have superfoods where it's like, like this is like the ultimate food with antioxidants and all these extra added benefits. And this was like some venom that's supposedly like the next best thing.
Who decided to get scorpion venom and experiment with that?
I have no idea. I bet maybe someone was like stung or something and it like maybe really helped them. Like, there's a lot of people that do bee sting venom, like bee venom therapy, like for Lyme or mold. I don't know, maybe not for mold, but for Lyme for sure. And because what essentially it does is it causes your body histamine to just like to react and fight whatever you're trying to fight. It just kind of gives the body like a little extra help. So maybe this is very similar to that. I'm not sure. Okay, worst part of your job.
I mean, I love my job, but I think a lot of people don't realize maybe I should get an assistant because burnout is real. Like,
You should. I've been
every
telling
week.
I've been telling you for 3 years to get an assistant.
It's I have to find someone because I think I need like a physical assistant, but also a virtual assistant. But it's just different. I've tried a few different people. It just hasn't worked. Not because of like them, but it's like I'm always needing to be in the mix for something like a decision making or like, I have to be the one to cook. I have to be the one to do the voiceovers. Like, it's just like I have to be the one. So it's a little bit tricky, but I would say just burnout is probably the worst part. And then I think people don't realize the logistics of things where you have to pay double taxes. You don't get retirement. You don't get paid time off. Like if you want to take time off, that's great, but you have to sacrifice some income. So you don't get health insurance, like all of that. So we have to pay a lot of money for health insurance and things like that. And there's a lot of things that you don't get from an employer that I wish I did. But honestly, I still love what I do. I look forward to doing it every single day. And I really can't, imagine myself doing anything else.
Well, if you're in the LA area, listeners, and you are looking for a job, go ahead and email digestthispod@gmail.com and I will vet you. Maybe you can be Bethany's assistant.
Okay, Drake, get ready for the incoming emails right now.
Bring it on. I think everyone, because I see burnout so much in this space, and I see burnout with people who have assistants. So not having a single assistant, even just to help you with the dishes or help you edit a video. So if you're out there listening, send us an email and I'll set up an interview. But you have to go through me first.
Yes, Drake, he's the one. Never say never.
All right. What's the best part of your job?
Just seeing and reading the testimonies from my protein powder, seeing how it's helped people, literally changing their lives and helping them heal with Crohn's and colitis, and just seeing that they can finally eat again, or just giving back a little part of their day that, was lost. That's just the best part for sure. Hey guys, I want to give every one of you a gift, so listen up. Many of you know that I created my own digestive support protein powder designed to aid in gut health and specifically formulated for those with sensitive tummies. I created this back in 2018, and since then, it's helped thousands of you with digestive issues and given relief. All that positive feedback has encouraged me to expand the Bethany's Pantry line with 3 different flavors, a protein bake, and L-glutamine powder to help heal and seal the gut lining. So as a thank you for being a podcast listener, I want to give you $10 off anything from my digestive support line. You can use this $10 discount on any flavor of protein, protein bake, or digestive aids such as L-glutamine. The one-time code podcast10 will give you $10 off. Whether you're a regular consumer or have never tried but wanted to, anyone can use this code one time as a gift from me. Oh, and a little side note, because we source our pea protein from Europe, I can assure you it's not sprayed with glyphosate because it's actually illegal in Europe to spray pea crops with such chemicals. Europe's standards and regulations on growing crops are far superior than American standards, and that's why I am proud to use such a source for my clean, easy to digest, lectin-free protein powder. Go to bethanysPantry.com, which is our new website, and use the code podcast10 for $10 off anything. Again, bethanysPantry.com, and then go and use the podcast10 code and you'll get $10 off.
What things have you changed your mind on over the years?
I will say I was pretty hard-headed about like, this is the way that you should be doing your diet, or never eat this or that. And I think as I've gotten older, I realize, like, obviously we're all different and individual people. So what works for me personally may not work for you, and vice versa. And even with, as I have changed, like as I get older, like things that I used to do for my body or things that I used to eat just don't serve me anymore. Not that it was bad before, but like as I'm getting older, my hormones are fluctuating. It just depends. Like even different workouts are not working for me now that used to, or vice versa. So I think that I have changed my mind in that, to be more flexible on who you are and to cater to that.
Are there any children's supplement recommendations?
Well, being that I don't have children yet, we'll see. But I'm not in that space. However, Llama Naturals, they reached out to us a few times, and we tried some of their gummies and I like them. So Llama Naturals, the only thing is that they have there's all organic, so it's certified organic, but they have natural flavors. Other than that, there's no stevia or gums or added sugar even. Like it's sweetened with just like the fruit juice in the gummies. And my husband, I have caught him in my pantry eating those. So I will say Llama Naturals. But other than that, how about you? Do you know any other ones, Drake?
Let's see. Yeah, like Mary Ruth's, Ollie. I think that's pretty much. Oh, Beekeepers Naturals has some cool stuff.
That's right. Mm-hmm.
Like cough medicine and stuff. Like that's,
Right.
Has propolis. So I would say that those are the big ones.
Yeah, for sure. Forgot about Beekeepers. Love them.
Why isn't Bethany's Pantry sold in Sprouts or Whole Foods? You would kill it in there! Exclamation. And I'll also add Erewhon too to that list.
Yeah, yes. We used to be in Erewhon, actually. But
You're right. I have seen it there. You're right.
Yeah, but it's been a couple years actually since we've been in Erewhon, because they were doing this whole revamp and they discontinued tons of their protein powder lines, other brands too, and like other supplements. And they're now, in case you guys don't know or haven't been in the store lately, they are trying to make their own branded protein powder. Like they have other brands. Have you noticed that too, Drake?
Yeah, I've been out of town for a couple months and I haven't been to Erewhon yet. But next time I go, I'll check it out.
Yeah, it's kind of like they're creating a quote like Trader Joe's. You know how Trader Joe's has their own brand of all the things.
Yeah.
Erewhon is starting to do that with like their own brand of Erewhon protein powder and Erewhon supplements and like all of that. So I think that's the reason why they were transitioning, and so we're not in there. But so I'm going to try and give you the Reader's Digest version of the process of getting into Sprouts or Whole Foods. We have been trying for literally years. So first of all, you don't make a lot of money when you are in a brick and mortar store. You have to pay to be on shelves. So you have to pay for shelf space, and you have to pay to be in the circulatory like weekly ad. And it's not just if you want to, they require you, I think it's quarterly, to be in one of their ads. And so you have to pay to be in the ad, even though they're selling your product. And then on top of that, when you are on sale, you have to have so many sales per year, either a percentage off or something like that, or buy one, get one free. And so you have to have so many sales per year. And the company is the person that takes the hit off of sales. So it's not like Sprouts is getting not making as much money. They're making the same amount of money. And when a brand has a sale on the shelf, this is for any brand, that brand is forfeiting the sales that they are getting. So does that make sense?
Yeah.
So we lose money. So you really don't make a lot of money in a store. However, we are still trying to get in there. Another thing people don't know is that the time to submit something to Whole Foods or Sprouts, they have different categories. So they have a supplement category, they have the frozen food category, the dairy category, the shelf stable category, right? Or whatever. So certain times of the month, I think it's June. It's like twice a year for supplements, like June and like November or something, where you have that opportunity to present your product to Sprouts. They will not look at your item until that particular month. And so obviously so many people are like submitting their stuff. So we have that. You also have to make so many sales when you're introducing your product. So let's just say they accept it. And then you have to do samples in stores, which, by the way, I don't know about this for Whole Foods, but Sprouts, you have to pay to sample your product in their store. It is like insane. It's such a scam. And then it's a whole thing. So all that to say, if you purchase through bethanysPantry.com, it is just direct to consumer. And that's currently where we're sold. We're also in iHerb. And for those listening in Canada, we ship to Canada now. So,
hey.
Yeah, hey.
And so I would imagine that process is for any grocery store. Like even if you wanted to go to Target or Walmart or Ralph's or Vons or Safeway, it's all the same. So that would get very expensive to have it everywhere.
Right. So think about it. And also, you're seeing all these brands now in Target, for example. I think like Elements in Target, Armour's in Target, like all of the places. And you have to think like they're million, if not $billion companies now. Bethany's Pantry is a very small brand, despite what people may think, like super small. And I put, a lot of money just back into the company because it's like, I'm not some multi-millionaire that's walking around. We were really still trying to build the company. So
where can people find Bethany's Pantry?
Bethany'sPantry.com.
And are there any exciting new products that we should be knowing about in the future?
There are. And we've been, maybe you don't even know this, Drake, but we are trying to get something out before Black Friday.
Oh.
Yeah, so we'll see if it happens. But we are, the reason it's taken so long to get new products, this is one reason, is that we will create a formulation. We're really excited about this idea. And then we've had the hardest time sourcing really ingredients ingredients. So we go to the ingredient supplier and they have everything we need, but I'm like, hey, what are the sub-ingredients? What is it processed with? All that. And they're like, oh, there's maltodextrin. Oh, we use citric acid. And it's just insane. For like 2 years, I'm like, nope, can't use it. And so it's just something that I'm not going to budge on. So until we find a clean source, it's not happening.
So you're not going to tell us what the product is?
No, I'll tell you offline, Drake.
Okay. Sorry, everybody. All right. Why do you promote sun butter, but then say seed oils are bad?
This is a great question. It's very common, but I'm just going to use I actually have a blog post on littlesipper.com about it, and it's completely different. Sun butter is just ground sunflower seeds. It's the organic one. The other ones do have like added stuff, so I don't eat that. But the organic one is literally just ground sunflower seeds. I don't even think they add salt. So sunflower oil is extracted, it's bleached, it goes through this huge like process. But I was gonna use like the fruit juice example. It's like a lot of people don't drink fruit juice because it's basically just like sugar going into your veins. But eating an apple or eating an orange is totally fine because you're getting like the whole fruit, right? With other vitamins and nutrients. So it's kind of the same thing with sun butter, is that you're eating the whole food in its natural form.
Any plans to create another cookbook? I bought your first one in 2020 and still use it.
I'm so glad. I'm so glad that you are still using it, and I'm glad that you're enjoying it. For those that don't know, I have a cookbook / IBS guideline. Like half the book is like how to heal your gut, and the other half is our recipes. And it's called Digest This, hence why I called the podcast Digest This. Yay. But right now I'm not. Never say never, but I actually think I have a podcast about, I can't remember if it's out or if it's coming out, but it has been recorded about why I probably won't create a book. So go listen to that because it's not as glamorous as everyone thinks. And it's very expensive because you have to put out a lot of money for it. So
yeah, and then the press tour, it's a whole thing.
It is a whole thing.
Are your pups fixed? Thoughts on spaying and neutering?
I'm like 50-50. So currently they're not fixed right now, and they're both females. So
puppies still.
They are puppies, but Drake, Pepper already went through her first heat cycle.
Oh my gosh, that's a nightmare.
Yes, but thankfully, like she's so little, so it wasn't like a huge thing. But we put diapers on her, and she wore the diapers like she didn't take them off. So thankfully, she was cool with that. And it lasted like 2 weeks, but right now they're not fixed. We are thinking about doing it though. There's controversy about how if you don't fix them, then they could get ovarian cancer and like cancer in their reproductive organs. Well, yeah, obviously they could get cancer because it increases they still have those organs. If you take them out, they're not going to get cancer in those organs.
Exactly. Yeah.
Right? Like if I cut off I'm just trying to think, if I cut off my toe, I'm not going to get toe cancer. Like that's,
Yeah.
But I also heard, fixing them could cause other issues like hormonal imbalances. And then that causes issues. And when your hormones, even a dog could have other types of cancer, like bone cancer. So I think, I don't know yet. What do you think, Drake?
Yeah, I'm not sure. I've definitely heard about it. Like I know some people that don't get their dogs spayed or neutered. We should have you had, we haven't had Rita Hogan on the podcast yet, have we? We should get her on, Rita Hogan. We produce one of her podcasts. It's called Dogs Are Individuals, and she's a holistic a dog herbalist. I love her. She's wild and she's very entertaining, and we should see what she has to say about this.
Let's do it, Drake. I think you asked me before we got our puppies if I wanted to have her on, and I was mentally in a place not to talk about it or not to talk about dogs because I think I was still like grieving my other dog who passed. Mm-hmm. But I was like, I just can't like do it right now. But I think now is the time.
Yeah,
Good
it's
idea.
Perfect for your pups.
Yeah.
And what do you like to feed your dogs?
We give them Ollie, Ollie. They're actually a partner of ours, sponsor of the podcast, and we love it. It's fresh food. But I do think they have baked stuff too, if you want if you don't have like freezer space or anything like that. So they have options, but we get the fresh food, keep it in the freezer, and they love it. They have like lamb, beef, chicken, turkey. I don't know if they have pork. I can't remember.
It's human grade food, correct?
It is, yeah.
Have you tried it?
Oh, no. But honestly, I mean, I've looked at the ingredients, super clean. So maybe that could be a video or something.
That would be a really funny reel.
That would be interesting. Yeah. You first.
Okay, I'll come over and we'll do it. All right. What's a place you've never been to but want to go?
I have never been to a lot of places. My husband has been to Europe. I've never been to Europe, so that would be really fun.
You should go.
We should go. But my husband, he's never been to Japan. And so if he wants to go to Japan, I say we would go to Japan, and that would be fun. So we'll see. How about you? Have you been there?
I haven't been to Japan, but it's on my list. I really want to go. It's very cheap right now to go if you're an American because of the exchange rate. So I would recommend, Bethany, when you go and take your time off, that you book a trip to Japan.
Okay, I wonder if it's too early. Yeah, Drake and I were talking offline. I am going to be taking like a month off. We'll see if it happens, but
so book your trip.
We're taking a vacation. I don't think I even told you, in September.
Where will you go?
That's a secret.
Oh, okay.
But it's only 5 days.
Oh, okay.
But stay tuned. I'll be sharing in my Instagram stories, you guys. So middle of September.
So many cliffhangers here.
I know.
All right. When you do travel, what are your travel must-haves?
Definitely sleep aids. So magnesium. Oh, that's another like non-negotiable, magnesium. With going back to the other question. So Bioptimizers, they're great. But yeah, magnesium for traveling because it helps you sleep and it does so many other things, bowel movements. So if you feel like you get constipated when you travel, magnesium's great. Also CBD, I like them. Cured, I take those nightcaps. Obviously electrolytes, like that's just super easy to take. I will say I probably don't take probiotics with me. And if it's a long trip, I will, but I like to travel light, so I don't want to take like all of the things. I don't take a multi unless I feel like I need to. But if we're not talking supplements like travel essentials, I'm going to try and take my blender in September. I'm going to like pack it in my suitcase.
You're crazy.
Maybe I have the Our Place blender too, which is more like a bullet blender. That'll do a little bit easier. But yeah, I'll have to take like certain snacks. I will definitely take like protein powder, Bethany's Pantry. That always helps too when you're traveling. But yeah, I don't know. My phone. Like, I like to travel light, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, you don't have to bring too much stuff except your blender.
Yeah, my blender, of course, right? I'm actually gonna get some like EMF blocking clothes for when we go on the plane. So I'll keep you posted on that. I haven't received them yet, but I'm waiting for them to come.
Yeah, I have a beanie from, the brand was called Lambs, but they've since changed the name. I forget what the new company is called, but
Haven or something.
Yeah, right? Maybe that's correct.
Yeah. I'm getting mine from Faraday, I believe.
Oh, yeah.
Have you heard of them? Okay.
I have, yes. All right. Thoughts on fasting? Not intermittent fasting, just fasting.
Okay. I did a bite of knowledge on this too. Have you heard it, or maybe it hasn't come out yet?
I don't think it's come out yet.
Okay. I think that's going to be coming out in like November, December. But I break down intermittent fasting, what it does. But this question is not about intermittent fasting. This is like, I'm going to assume like a 2-day fast, maybe 3 days. I have not fasted that long, unless it was unintentional. For some reason, I think I was in a coma like for 3 days. So obviously I fasted then, but when I'm intentionally trying to fast, I haven't. I think it can be very, very helpful for your gut and cell turnover, because when you fast, your gut actually is able to repair itself and cell turnover is a lot quicker. And literally you can reverse a lot of gut issues if you do like a 2-day fast. I know Dr. Axe talks about it. And then there's like water fast where you can drink water, but then there's also dry fasting where you're not even allowed to drink water for like 2 days, which is like, I think that's insane. That's stupid. But
no thanks.
have you fasted like for a long period?
No, I don't like, if I don't eat, I get really angry and I just feel like crap. So I eat But I know people that have done 2-3 day water fasts, and I just don't know if I could do that. But maybe one day I will if I feel like it would be good for me. But right now I'm going to just continue eating.
Yes, I think so. And to your point, like I think I was asked, or I had told people that I don't ever get hungry. I would definitely get hungry if I didn't eat anything for one day. Like if just 24 hours, I would feel hunger pains. I think that's why I don't get hungry, is because I do eat like constantly all the time. But anyways, but yeah, that's a lot, I think. I think it's easier for men than women because women like have their hormone. They're always like fluctuating with that. So, I mean, I'm not like against it, but I'm not like telling people to do it. So, you know.
So those are all the listener questions, but I have prepared some rapid fire questions, 5 of them, to close out the big 300th episode.
I'm nervous. And can I only answer yes or no?
No, they're not yes or no questions. They'll be like little short answers. All right. What's the one food that secretly wrecks most people's digestion, but they think is healthy?
Stevia.
Is bloating ever normal, or is it always a red flag?
It's normal. It's not like all the time, but like it's normal to have a little bloating. But if you're constantly bloated, that's not normal.
What's the fastest way to reset your gut after a weekend of bad eating?
Water, electrolytes, and speaking of fasting, maybe a fast, maybe an intermittent fast. How about that?
Can your poop really tell you if you're healthy or not?
Heck yeah, it talks to me all the time.
Like Mr. Hanky from South Park. What's the biggest digestion myth you wish people would stop believing?
Oh, that you need tons of fiber. Like I think a small amount of fiber is good, but when people are just like fiber this, fiber that, I don't think that that's good.
And the last is, what's your desert island food? Meaning, if you got one food on a desert island, what would it be?
Okay, are we talking like meal, or are we talking like one, like a single food, like an apple? Like
let's do both.
Okay, single food would be beef. Okay, and then if we're talking like meal, probably like a wet burrito or something.
It's so
I don't know
good.
why. I have like a...
You love your wet burritos.
I love wet burritos. What
Green
about
sauce?
you?
Green sauce or red sauce?
Red, for sure. What about you?
If it was a food, like a prepared meal, I love ground beef tacos. Like that's my favorite thing. Like hard shell, like the siete crunchy hard shell tacos, or even like just like a taco shell. That's my favorite thing. Just simple. I'm obsessed. I could eat it every day.
Really? Okay. I'm so curious. And speaking of, I'm going to make ground beef tacos after our podcast.
Me too.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
That's really funny.
That is so funny. I took the meat out this morning and it's thawing. That's
so funny. I'll send you a photo.
Okay.
All right, Bethany. Well, happy 300th episode. Thank you for everything. You're the best.
Oh, thank you, Drake. It means so much to have you part of this journey and have all my listeners a part of it as well.
See you next time, everyone.
Thanks for listening to this episode of Digest This. If you enjoyed this episode, please leave a review in your podcast app to let us know. If you're ever wondering how you can support me and this podcast, sharing it with your friends and family is the best way. This is a Wellness Loud production produced by Drake Peterson and edited by Mike Fry. To check out more shows by my team, go to wellnessloud.com, and to email the show, message us at digestthispod@gmail.com. See you next time. The content of this show is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not a substitute for individual medical and mental health advice and does not constitute a provider-patient relationship. As always, talk to your doctor or health team first.